So, what's up guys, and welcome to Ívar's Fly Workshop. Today we will be tying a classic wet fly called Black Pennell. This is an old fly by Mr. Henry Cholmondeley-Pennell. Henry Pennell, I don't know how to pronounce this, but this is a fly which is like over 100 years old, probably close to 140 years old. And this guy who designed it, he was the first person to invent like a fly tying hook with a down eye, like a eye facing down. The hook we are using, that's on the other hand an RX FW 560 in the number of 12. And the thread we are using, that's an Semperfli 80 in black, classic box thread. The tippet of the fly, or not the tippet, but the tail, that is a golden pheasant tippet. And you need, like, for one feather, you can use it like for 3 or 4 flies. And as always, yes, remember to like, share and subscribe to the video. Help us to grow the channel slowly but steady. And in the video's description you can read more about the fly itself and the author of the fly, Mr. Pennell. And you can also find the information if you want to support the channel. And that will be very useful during these days. On the other hand, we will use a silver oval tinsel from Semperfli in the size of medium as a rib on the fly. And as I mentioned, this is a fly that's been around for a long time, and it's considered as definitely as a classic wet fly. It goes in the category probably with teal, blue and silver, teal and black, and those flies. And if you compare this fly to the teal and black, for an example, those are very much alike. It's the wing on the teal and black, which is the only difference actually. The body of the fly, that can be made out of, as I'm using, black Icelandic wool stolen from my mother's knitting basket. Yeah, I am guilty on that, but I believe she knows that I'm sometimes getting some stuff from the basket. It's nothing serious. But you can also use like a DMC wool yarn, which you can get in any handicraft store, and you can also dub the body of the fly. That, if you want to have the body really buggy, I would suggest black dubbing with a seal or use a seal substitute, seal fur substitute dub. You can find that from Semperfli, and it's a really nice material. But in this case, I prefer to use a wool. It's like in some ways easier to work with. So we'll attach the wool down to the hook shank, not too far behind the eye, but not too close either. Meet it in the middle, as they say. And you can, if you want, as I'm doing, I'm just showing you just an example. If you want the body of the fly to be like a little buggier, you can rip it up with a brush. You can brush it so you get this buggy texture on it. Then we'll wrap forward the oval tinsel, the silver tinsel from Semperfli, and grab that with our thread here and secure that down. And Ívar's Fly Workshop, this YouTube page never sleeps, and so do I almost. I never sleep. I'm kidding. I do sleep, but I'm actually abroad. I'm not in Iceland when this to dub this video with the English speeches. I'm not in Iceland, but I'm located right now in Warsaw in Poland, so that you can show the dignity I put into this channel. I take the channel abroad with me. and I take my laptop and stuff to be able to work on stuff for the channel, even though I'm not at home. But I'm here at Warsaw, so I got invited to a wedding here, and on Saturday, which is in 2 days from now. It's going to be lots of fun and lots of drinking, I believe. For the hackle of the fly, so we get back to that, what we are doing here. I'm using a black hen for the feather, and as you see, I trimmed the front part of the tip of the feather here, just like a little bit, so we can catch it with our thread, and the shiny side of the feather should face up at any time. Messed it up a little bit, so it will go again here, and I combed the fibers of the feather backwards towards to the hook point, and wrap the feather forward, not into itself, but a little bit forward, so you get closer to the hook eye as you go. And as you see, there will be some fibers of the feather trapped down and under, and then it is important to stop the wrapping, grab your needle, and fix it, so there won't be too many fibers of the feather trapped down and under. That's gonna look, not as I would prefer the fly to look. And we are speaking about 3 or 4 wraps with the feather. Then we catch it with our thread, wiggle the thread in between the fibers, so the fibers won't be trapped under. And with a couple of wraps here, even more, and then the feather is secure, so you can clip away the end, which we'll do right now. And as you see, the fibers of the feather, we want them to face backwards, not in front, and so I grab them with my fingers here, tight. Take this the other hand, switch hands here, and again, so their fibers are facing backwards, every one of them. And before we tie them down and make the head, there is a tiny piece of the stem left, and we are going to clip that away as close to the hook eye as possible, so it won't be like a bump there. And now we can start to work on making the head of the fly, forming the head. On a wet fly, I would prefer I would prefer not to have too large head on the wet fly patterns, and particularly not the dry flies, of course. But it's a personal preferences, but I like the heads not too big. On the other hand, if you'll be tying a streamer, then you will need, especially if you're tying a streamer that you're going to glue some epoxy eyes on, you will need some platform for the eyes to glue them on. So in that case, you will need to add more thread on it to build up a base of thread for the eyes, but that's not what's happening right here in this case of the Black Pennell. Then we'll brush the fly a little bit to get the buggy texture on the body, and then we will get the UV glue, which is a Solaris Bond Cure glue. I like that a lot. It's very easy to work with. And we'll glue that in and zap it with our light. And as I said, the descriptions of the pattern, that's in the video's description. You can find and read about Mr. Pennell there. He was a poet and a writer and a fisherman. And as you see here, we had some troubles with the with the glue something of it got in the eye, and I'm going to show you a trick that is fabulous to fix that. So we get one of the peacock pearl stems, right, like this one, which you already used, but you have like a little leftover of it left. Oh, you don't always throw them away, you just put them in the hook eye and clean it like so. So I just want to say to you guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like, share and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.